The two words that always come to my mind every time I come to a town board meeting are goals and deadlines. We've talked about them, and my throat is dry from talking about it so much. My question today, back in August last year, the director had spoken about to replace pet finders because that obviously is not working, it's not successful. I really cannot understand from my experience, honestly, when Regina Thorne was there, not only could she get the office clerks to answer the phone in one ring, now there's a series of prompts and no one seems to be able to get anyone on the phone many times, or just leave messages. But she also managed to get if you make a comparison to when we were there and the current pet finder listings, she managed to get pets on pet finder every single day. I don't know how that woman did it, but she wore a lot of hats, and at this point there are so many new hires and they still cannot get these animals on pet finder. For goodness sakes, if you have volunteers, please have a volunteer do it. Those animals are sitting there weeks on end without being listed. It's cruel, it's unfair. Back in August, the director talked about Pet Point, which sounded like a great program. It would offer information. The intake was that the animal would get a photo, that photo would travel throughout the shelter with that animal, it would resolve the lost and found issues. Obviously, Pet Point is still not up and running. Functional, operational, and we hear very little about it. I think there are some misunderstandings. Some people think it's up, it's not. My question is, when will Pet Point be up and running? That would certainly resolve the pet finder issue as intake, and it would be a wonderful addition and a great new policy.
Well, I can't give you an exact date when it's up and running. We're in the process right now. What has to happen next is there has to be a migration of data from our old system to the new system. And our IT people are meeting with Pet Point. There are various programs, things that have to be written. Essentially, we need to transport our data to, say, for example, an Excel that can then be uploaded. They're working on that now, and we're meeting about that this week. We are confident, optimistic. Next several weeks that we'll be going live. There'll be a transition period of several weeks where we'll stay on both systems while we work at any bug or tailoring those systems. But we're hopeful to be up and running in the next several weeks.
So is it fair to say by June or so?
I don't want to give an exact date. As you know, as I explained, we have computer programmers working with their computer programming. Everything goes smooth, and I can't predict what they will or won't. There are certain security issues that need to be addressed. It's commonplace, putting a new system up front. But if everything goes as expected, it's in the next several weeks.
Good to hear. Thank you very much.